There's a bill moving through the State House now that would bar federal agents from accessing sensitive and personal information. It is one of three bills focused on protecting immigrant communities following the Trump administration's immigration policies. Dennis Valera is in Annapolis with more.
The bill's sponsor, Senator Clarence Lamb, says this is a follow-up to a bill of his that passed back in 2021 that bars federal agents from accessing the state's driver data.
Yes, we can!
Immigrant rights group CASA rallied in front of the State House again, pushing for the Maryland Data Privacy Act, one of the bills a part of the group's legislative agenda. Alex Vasquez, director of organizing at CASA, read an account of one of the group's members when private data was used by federal agents to find them.
As I stood there in handcuffs, one of the agents casually admitted how they found me. They had used Maryland's MBA database to track my location.
That data is not protected from federal agents, but this new bill would expand this protection to all state databases. Federal agents would only be granted access to this kind of data if they obtain a warrant from a judge. The bill's sponsor, Senator Clarence Lamb, says given the recent actions by the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, this bill is even more important to pass.
What we're incredibly concerned about is the federal government coming into our state and trying to access our state's information, that we have built a level of trust with our residents here in Maryland that we want to continue.
State Comptroller Brooke Learman testified in support of the bill to the Senate Judicial Proceedings Committee, saying immigrants may start avoiding to give their personal information to the state, which could lead to a reduction in tax revenue and other impacts.
In 2022 alone, they contributed $5.3 billion in state and local taxes and over $6 billion to social services programs like Social Security and Medicaid.
But some lawmakers say the bill does not lay out the parameters for federal agents to get a warrant, while law enforcement say they're worried about safety concerns. Morningside Police Chief Daniel Franklin testified against the bill, saying this could make way for unintended consequences.
It would establish a practice of hindering the enforcement of federal immigration laws. These laws have not changed. They've been in place for decades, numerous administrations.
The two other bills that are a part of CASA's legislative agenda have their first hearings next week. Reporting on your corner in Annapolis, I'm Dennis Valera for WJZ.
Thank you, Dennis. Well, for weeks,